Good morning, Twitch. Good morning, Twitch. Good morning, Twitch. Good morning on this. What day is it? Hold on. What do we got here? Good morning on this 12.11.2023. Current time is 05:51 a.m. Eastern Time here in Upstate New York, the southern tier of Upstate New York, where I live and reside on this Monday morning, start of a new week. And glad to be here. Rich Roberts, Fireman Rich here on Twitch, at Fireman Rich over there on Truth Social, Instagram Threads, X/Twitter, and Blue Sky. Those four platforms I just posted out that we just started here this morning. And I'm also on the Facebook. Public Facebook is, you can find me at The Real Fireman Rich. So I post on one, I post across the board on all those. But good morning, Tony D. Salute day to you, sir. Hashtag salute day, hashtag positive start to the day, hashtag PSTTD. And, oh yeah, Mrs. Tony says good morning. And Tim Fan is here. Yo, good morning, Tim. And he's saying good morning, Tony. Tony's saying good morning to Tim. And, what's going on here with the tablet? The tablet never. Okay, we got that. That'll work. That'll work. Okay, but we're cranking, running on all four cylinders. Our stream is looking pretty solid here, as far as that goes, and we are off and running here. And I hope everybody had a great weekend. We had a good weekend, I guess. It was, nothing. Sort of just enjoying the weekend, I guess, and doing things. Nothing really out of the ordinary that we did this weekend, as far as that goes. But it was rainy a little bit yesterday. Well, a lot of yesterday was raining. It was nice Saturday. And then last Friday was nice as far as that goes. But weather-wise, yesterday it was raining. For the most part, we got some snow. It looks like I had the back porch light on, and we do have some snow out there as far as that goes. I'm not sure how much we have as far as let's see. Doesn't say. It's not falling now, but there was a light dusting there, probably between maybe quarter-inch to a half-inch out there, probably more than an inch up at higher elevations. But currently here in the southern tier of Upstate New York, it is what do I got for temperature? 36. It's right there on the wall. 36. I'm saying, what's the temperature? I got it here. I got it there, and I can't look. 36 degrees Fahrenheit, which equates to 2 degrees Celsius. And our world times and temperatures as I speak in Honolulu, Hawaii this morning at 12:54 a.m. They're really getting their day started there, just getting them started. Now we're into the new day. In Honolulu, Hawaii, cloudy with partly clear skies, 77 degrees Fahrenheit. In Phoenix, Arizona, at 3:54 a.m. Phoenix is clear skies, 46 degrees Fahrenheit. In Chicago, Illinois, the Windy City, at 4:55 a.m. currently, it is cloudy skies, 28 degrees Fahrenheit. Down there in the jungle, the city of New York, New York City, at 5:55. Is it 5:55? Brother firefighters, God bless them. Remembering the fallen firefighters. 5:55 at 05:55 a.m. in New York City. It's raining, 43 degrees Fahrenheit. Across the pond, or no, down in Georgia. I'm always doing that. I skip across the pond. I come back to do Tony. Tony D is letting us know in the chat. And for those people watching on the replay on Instagram, or on Rumble and YouTube, and here on Twitch, Tony's in the chat here. If you watch the replay on Twitch, as long as it stays up, you can see the chat and stuff like that. But they don't have the chat on Rumble or YouTube, unless I put it up here. But I don't know. It's the chat's important, but I guess I get too distracted. I got enough distractions right here. Sorry. But Tony D is letting us know it's 36 degrees Fahrenheit down there. Oh, we got the same temperature then. What's that? Oh, we
I
don't need
guess
to
we
move
don't
south.
need to go south.
Oh, same temperature. She says we're not going to move down your way, Tony, because the temperature's the same. 36 degrees Fahrenheit. High of 54 down there in Warner Robins, Georgia, and a low of 34, mostly clear down there. And Tony D was busy yesterday. We didn't have the there's Tony D on X/Twitter, um, at Tony Tone 163. We did not have the. He had a under just under 30 minutes Saturday night Bell Kings fantasy football presentation there. His broadcast. He didn't have it yesterday because he was busy yesterday. He had his son there, Jason, celebrating his birthday, and his birthday is tomorrow. We won't be on tomorrow, so I want to say right here on this broadcast, Tony. I know I said happy birthday yesterday, but happy birthday to Jason from me and the missus, and we hope he has a happy day. I saw the replay on the big jungle gym there in Macon, Georgia. That you took. Well, that's the playgrounds have gotten so more intense, and there's just so much. It's just one of these. I can remember taking my kids when they were younger, crawling through the tubes, the big tubes, chasing them and stuff. Oh, by the way, I do have the morning coffee. I got to mention that. We do have the morning coffee. It's tasting mighty fine. And so that's pretty interesting as far as and that's what's fascinating. I always have to say this as far as Tony sharing that yesterday. It's taking the time, sharing a little bit of his his surroundings and what he's doing, and sharing that. And that's what it's all about: is sharing, and having fun. Fun is the factor. And there was a lot of people in that Instagram thread, Tony, that they looked like they were having a lot of fun. Let's see, where were we? We're Cork, Ireland, across the pond. Cork, Ireland at 10:58 a.m. Cloudy skies, 45 degrees Fahrenheit. In Milan, Italy, at 11:58 a.m. Almost mangia. It's almost 2 minutes to 11:59 now. Manja. It's noontime there, almost noontime for lunch. It's raining in Milan, but 43 degrees Fahrenheit. In Kuala Lumpur, it's storming and thunderstorms in Kuala Lumpur. They've got the big lightning bolt there, so we got some heavy storms there in Kuala Lumpur at 6:59 p.m. 81 degrees there in Kuala Lumpur. Tokyo, Japan at 7:59 p.m. in the evening. Currently, it is cloudy skies, 55 degrees Fahrenheit. And down there in Australia, Melbourne, Australia at 9:59. 9:59 in the evening, Melbourne. It's raining in Melbourne, 66 degrees Fahrenheit. And Sydney, same time, 9:59. Cloudy skies with some clearing. 75 degrees Fahrenheit. And those are our world times and temperatures as I speak. Where do I gotta put this? I gotta park this right there at the Boss Jock app. We do have a thought for today, and it's from one of my favorite authors, who is final resting spot is just about 20 miles west of where I'm at, and that's Mark Twain. Mark Twain, Samuel Langholm Clemens, known by his pen name Mark Twain, was an American writer, humorist, essayist, entrepreneur, publisher, and lecturer. He was also praised as the greatest humorist the United States has produced, and William Faulkner called him the father of American literature. And I have to agree with that. He's got some great things there. And what do we got here on the Twitter? What's going on? Oh, thank you, Tim, for liking the posts there, the initial good morning posts that I do every morning. Thank you, Tim. I heard them come over the thing here just as we were coming on. Mark Twain's quote in our thought for the day goes as follows: a man cannot be comfortable without his own approval. You can say a man or a woman. I'm going to throw that, sort of modernize it. Or just an individual cannot be comfortable without their own approval. That means you got to be comfortable in your skin. You got to be comfortable with yourself. You have to get to that point. and we're not always comfortable. Yeah, no problem. You're welcome, Tim. It's you're welcome, Tony. Also following back on the thanks, man. You have to be comfortable in your skin. You have to. Sometimes it's not. It's hard to do. You know, it's just. But you have to be comfortable. I'm comfortable coming up here every morning. I feel comfortable. I have this need. Just like I had a need yesterday. Tony wasn't on yesterday, and I was going to do some gaming. That would have been the normal thing. But I was like, you know what? Let me just go up for an hour. Just broadcast for an hour. And, sort of shoot the proverbial crap with everyone and stuff that came in as far as that goes. Okay, the community is back. Ads are over. And that's all you can do is be comfortable in be comfortable with yourself. But it takes a lot because we have a lot going on in our heads. Everybody, every day, we wake up and stuff like that. We got thing. Hey, Ted Hicks. Good morning. Ted Hicks coming in from Long Island. And how about those Jets, Ted? I was almost going to DM you during the game as far as like, I said, well, I'm going to wait till it's all over. Ads have ended for me. Okay, Ted, thank you. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. We're just sitting here talking about our thought for the day from Mark Twain. And if you missed it, I'll reread it. It goes as follows. A man cannot be comfortable without his own approval. Yeah, I can't believe it. Yeah, what did I say? You got to have faith in the Jets. It's the one weekend you got to have faith in them. That was a good game. Good you know what kept the Jets in that game? You know, Zach Wilson, he hung in there, but it was their defense. Their defense, it was all, and the offense played pretty good as far as that goes. So it was a good win. I watched that whole game. I guess on the second touchdown, I hit my chair. What do they call these things? The sides, armrests. I hit him so hard I scared all the cats in the house. As far as that goes. I was watching, just lurking. No problem, Ted. You can sit back, no problem. I know you're on the train and stuff like that, so it's just heading into the city this Monday morning. But the thought for a man cannot be comfortable without his own approval, meaning basically you have to be comfortable in yourself as far as that goes. And we try, and that's an everyday thing. Okay, like I said, it's I like getting up here. It seems like second nature to me, but there's sometimes, I guess, and I think most broadcasters will feel this way. Is do I really want to get up? You just like, you don't feel, you're not together, I guess. You got to be together. You have to be comfortable in here as far as for yourself. That old saying, you got to be comfortable in your own skin and to do things. And so Mark Twain, one of my favorite authors, right behind J.R.R. Tolkien, and a great American. So let's see. Yeah, the Jets. We'll be talking about them. It's just like I was pretty impressed. And how about those Bills? Yeah. I don't care what they say. That was a legitimate call by the. It was one of the times when you could say, you know what, the refs got it right. You can't let something like that go when it's right there. Okay. And I can understand Mahomes going off on the handle, but come on, Mahomes. It's football, and if the shoe was on the other foot, you would have cared less. So I'm just saying, that was a legitimate call. I mean, you could not. We'll get more into that. Let's see our National Day. National Day. We got National Stretching Day. Yeah, make sure when you wake up in the morning, you got to stretch. Get those muscles going and stuff. We have UNICEF Birthday. That's with the UN. I like the concept of the UNICEF, but I'm not really a UN fan as far as that goes. We got National App Day. I think I like that one. We got National Noodle Ring Day. I'm not a fan of the noodle. I like the noodles, are okay. International Mountain Day. Go climb a mountain. We're gonna go with National App Day because I was playing when I was watching the ball games yesterday. In between on the commercials and halftime, I was playing a lot around with a lot of apps yesterday. So I'm gonna go National App Day, and was collecting those satoshis as far as having fun with that. Let's see, National App Day. Hashtag National App Day on December 11th. Encourage us to explore all the possibilities apps afford us. They're they're part of our culture now. Apps. You got an app to do this, an app to do this. There's some places. There's probably some countries where you can't use regular cash. You have to use your phone now. That's where it's all going to. It's all going to where you take your phone. And yeah, okay, yeah, here it is. Boom, it's on the app. It's via the app. So this is, pretty soon, it might not in my lifetime, but this will be sewn to your hand, basically, your phone. I don't know, implants, but apps are, let's see, short for software applications. Apps quickly appear when our mobile devices incorporate smart technology as the power of our phone increases. And it's not, can you really call it a phone? You just call it a freaking, app device, basically, because, I look on there, I had to hit an app icon to get to my phone. As the power of our own phone increases with processing chips. And this has a Snapdragon in. This is my old phone right here. I love this phone. It's got a crack thing, but I still use this. I was on this during the football games. I use it as my test bed to look at other new apps that I'm interested in. Let's see. As the power of the phone increases with processing chips, internet connectivity, and touchscreen, so did the apps that became available. And there's a mess load. I wanted to say an S load, but a mess load. See, I'm one that I try not to use profanity. I know that was a conversation in a broadcast somewhere else. Was it Carmen's broadcast? I'm not in that camp that you should always. If you're among friends, a little slip, that's okay. But if it's every other word, it doesn't look right. Okay, it doesn't dignify the individual, I think. If you're trying to portray a certain image, well, okay, go back to the streets and do that and stuff like that. But for regular everyday life and stuff like that, could you imagine? Okay, if it was okay, are we allowed to swear in school? Are we allowed to swear in church? Just to mention that, because I still am a believer of the church, in a sense. There's some good things there, even though some people don't. But swearing, it leaves a lasting impression, is what I'm saying. Because I'm not talking out. Let's see. Let's go back. I can't believe it. Let's go Jets. Yeah, let's go. Hashtag New York Jets. I was watching, just lurking. Try going to a stadium. Everything is digital. Cash. Oh yeah, you can't use cash in the stadiums. That's right, Ted. Yeah, see, there's an example right there, real time here and stuff like that. You need your phone and stuff like that. You can't pay in cash. They don't want to accept cash and stuff. It's just there's more of a control on the money, I think, and stuff like that. So, good morning, Helen. Good morning. So do I let it slip once? Yeah, I do. I'm not gonna, hold that against anybody. But I mean, if it's, I'm talking to somebody and they're just dropping certain words and stuff like that. It's like, I don't know, because I used to be one of those people when I was in the service, and Tony can relate to this. That every other word is, the F-bomb and stuff like that. And sometimes it's just, I don't know, it just. And Helen, good morning. Helen coming in from, I had a brain. She's over there in Scotland, Edinburgh. It begins with an E. I'm thinking, oh God, drink some more coffee, Rich. Good morning, Helen. I raise my coffee cup to you, ma'am, and we're glad to have you here. As always, coming in from Edinburgh, Scotland. Thank you for being here. Since let's see, I'm Scottish. Every other word. Well, yeah, but I think if you're in a really reserved setting or something like that, Helen, I know, we we know that, there's you're Scottish, and we use curse like punctuations. I think that we all know that, but when it comes down to the brass tacks, it's just and the thing is, the cursing is it's more emotion than anything. I think when you do use it, no, there's time. No, there's a time. Yeah, there. Yeah, I agree with that, Helen. Yeah, I'm just saying that I used to do it a lot, but I actually had to force myself because, um, and yeah, and that's what I'm saying. There's a place, but as far as that goes, just the general discussion there, that when I started having kids, ooh, Mrs. said no, 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 no. When they started getting to, just they curse more than me now. They do, and even the missus, I'm like the complete opposite. They, it's it's like when I hear that, it's like what? So it's sort of the reverse roles and stuff like that. Um, let's see. Getting back to the apps. Since the time apps continue to change how we work, live, and play. And Ted just gave us an example. Going to a stadium to watch a football game or something like that, or at an event, even concerts. I guess I'd be a little leery of that, but that's where it is. You have to if you want to. And let's see, they offer opportunities by creating thousands of new companies, millions of new jobs, and billions of dollars in yeah, it's a regular industry. It is. Just look at Google Play and the iTunes store as far as that goes. So today we're going to say hashtag National Apps Day as far as that goes. And I like doing the apps. Like I said, I was on quite about two or three of them yesterday, and what I was you could do all sorts of things. As far as I was playing some games, I was mining satoshis as far as the Bitcoin on them in between the commercials. I don't like watching the commercials, so I do something else to kill the time. So that time it adds up as far as that goes. Helen says pretty much everything is cashless here, but there's but that's so they can see everything, where you get your money from and where you're spending it. We're all monitored. Yeah, you could take it in that light monitor, but that's if if the whole world is going that direction, you have no choice, Helen. I guess just I still. I mean, there's areas here in this rural area you can go to the store and you can use up to the gas station. You pay for gas right there at the pump using your app. iPay and Google Pay and all that stuff. It's even PayPal. If you have the PayPal app, you can use the PayPal app as far as that goes. And you see it all. They have all across the board. Um, I still like having the cash in hand. So COVID was a catalyst for everything being cashless. It's very rare to see cash. Yeah, that's true. And I could say I don't use cash that often, less now because I have my debit card. Okay, everybody had it's just like that's something that's a card that has technically an app, a component of some sort to be able to transfer that. It has your digital account and stuff like that. And we stopped using checks about 5 years. Yeah, we still write the missus. We have the checkbook. I used to write checks all the time. That was my I write a check for this, a check for that, and stuff like that. Sometimes I would write back before I got married. I'd write a check. I wouldn't have any money, but I knew it would take like 4 days to clear or something like that. So I did it just before payday. Here you go, here you go. Yep, money's in the bank. It wasn't. You can't do that now because it's so It's instantaneous. It's instantaneous. So, but checks are still. You still have to use checks for large sums of money if you're going to send it from one person to the other. and as far as that goes. But for the most part, we're becoming a cashless society on this big blue marble as far as that goes. And so when you're traveling now, I would imagine traveling. In the last 28 years, I've only been in an airport twice, and that was to see somebody off and then to pick somebody up. And I think now just to buy something in the airport. And good morning, Thamer. They don't even send checkbooks with your current account now. We still get checks here in the banks. We're still working with checks as far as a checkbook and stuff. Good morning, Thamer. Coming in from Riyadh, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Good to have you here this morning, my friend. Very good, very good. We're just talking about the apps that we use and how we're becoming dependent on them. The only thing is, though, if power goes down, which is not necessarily the case anymore, it can go down, but how do you use that? How do you pay for it? You're going to also have to carry some cash or something like that, or else if the system is down. But the systems have been so upgraded over the years that that's a rarity now as far as that goes, and such. So it's a technology. It's the world we live in. And the monitoring bet, like Helen said, is that Orson Welles' 1984. We're already there. Everybody's watching the walls on the big screen TVs. He said in that book, as far as that goes, and that was ahead of its time. As far as what they projected. But it just Thamer, checks and cash was the way to spend carefully. Nowadays with Apple Pay, I don't even see the machine. Yeah, really. And you got to be careful because you could be paying for some stuff, and then all of a sudden it's like, what do I have? You got to make the big key. Just, and I'm not a financial advisor. Let me make that perfectly clear. I am a bonehead when it comes to finances. I always said this, and you guys all know this in the chat. For the people watching on the replay, I wouldn't have a pot to piss in if it wasn't for the missus. And I could say that straight up as far as that goes. She is a very good handler of finances and stuff. So and as a result, us being married to each other for over the years, I've become more financially. I've almost become a little cheap. The missus is frugal. She likes a good deal, and I think that's good and stuff. I'm a little cheaper than that sometimes. But then if I want to spend something, I'll go ahead and spend it after I've thought about it for a little bit, as far as that goes. And and then there's always the things, you gotta plan for things ahead of time and stuff like that. So financials are important, and the apps are just a mechanism of paying that. As far as that goes, just everything's goes over the internet, I guess, in a manner of speaking. Which is a good thing, I think. It's just the bad things when people hack into your accounts and they compromise your information and stuff. And I've had that. And there's just provisions. You get a little upset, but you just take care of it. You just close out your, cancel your cards and all that, and get them renewed and stuff. There's a process for that. I think for the most part, the more that goes on, the people that don't keep up with the fine, they're the easy targets. As far as that goes, I get paid Friday and broke Monday. There we go. I was like that back when I was single, Tim. I know that, and I still remember that. It's like that. Sometimes that wasn't a really good feeling, but sometimes I just had to hang out in the barracks over the weekend till payday, because there's always people. Everybody had something in the barracks there. You could hang out, watch TV, play games, or drink and stuff like that. But you couldn't go out. And 1 year and a half after child support, I'll be, it's just how you do it, and you just have to manage it there, Tim. And Helen says, money goes in the bank, and then it goes when the bills are paid. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we you can never shake. There's always going to be bills to be paid. But I look as money. I guess in this part in this stage of my life, as far as being a little bit older than I used to be, and I always looked at it as after getting married, it's a tool. It's a tool. You have to have it. You know, you have to go to work, and you have to, you have bills to pay. There's a responsibilities to pay. So that's the whole purpose of working and stuff like that. Um, let's see. Tony says, "Morning meeting over. Hello to anyone I had missed listening in the background." Okay, Tony. Tony's at work. He was at work yesterday. He did the overtime bit, and then after overtime, he went to that big indoor jungle gym with Jason. There in I think he said it was Macon, Georgia, which is right near Warner Robins Air Force Base. I know Bill Elder. He's the gentleman that I think he lives down in the Macon. He's older now, so I think he's in a nursing home now, retirement home. He hasn't been on the internet in years, but if you go to Bill Elder um, on YouTube, you'll see who he is. He's a great guy. I've talked with him several times via email, and that's back before we did this live streaming bit. I would have loved to have a conversation with him. Great guy, Bill Elders. He lives in Macon, Georgia. He's a radio DJ, a real radio DJ. And this is going to give me my segue right into my next segment here. But Bill Elders, a great guy. I think of him often, and he's the one that got me into using Mixcloud, which I will be using tomorrow. Tomorrow's the 12th, and the 12th and the 26th are the 2 days I've slated for Mixcloud. He's the one that got me into using Mixcloud, and that's where you can load up music, and you don't have to worry about the copyright and stuff. And I play the hashtag wannabe radio DJ. Finishing up a phone job today, and then you got another one after that, Tim, right? There's always another job after the one you finish. But we'll be doing the Tioga radio show tomorrow for December, the first of two. And I'm not sure who I got to look at. I think I have some previous outlines for broadcasts that I should use and stuff like that. A great list of songs. But what I do on Mixcloud, I pick out 8 songs that are basically the soundtrack or part of the soundtrack of my life, and that's how I look at it. And there's songs that I listen to, and I'm over there on mixcloud.com/Richard M. Roberts. And I know, and this is a good segue to bring in Helen. Helen, our girl from Scotland, Edinburgh, Scotland. She's on Mixcloud. She does a really good job. She's very polished as far as doing the music. Very music knowledgeable. I only present 8. When she does her Mixcloud show. She does like 23 songs, and you just had one Helen's Mixtapes. She had one last Thursday. She usually posts them up on a Thursday, and I always get confused because on the Friday broadcast I'm thinking you did it Wednesday, and that's when you set it up. But Helen is Radio Leggy over there on Mixcloud, and as far as that goes, and she has a great show. She's I'm just let's see. She's also over there. She does Thursday nights. See, I've got the things on the side there, Helen. What's for breakfast? I don't know yet. Probably a couple of English muffins and some more coffee, Thamer. But she does Helen's Mixtapes on Thursdays. It's 9 p.m., 11 p.m. UK time. So that's usually 5 hours. So that's like 4 o'clock to 7 o'clock Eastern time over there on 365radio.co. And she does Jukebox Jury monthly. Is that a monthly show on Twitch and YouTube? Oh, you just do that once a month, the Jukebox Jury? Yeah, you're welcome, Helen. You're more than welcome. My pleasure. I like talking about. You give me more of a reason to talk about Mixcloud, because when I talk about it, they say, "What are you on?" when I actually say somebody that has more influence on them, you have more knowledge. It's just like when I talk about football. I'm a knucklehead on talking about football, so I always have to mention Tony or Ted. They know football. Makes me look intelligent. So thank you, Helen. No, Mixcloud is fun, and like I said, I've been doing it for a number of years. And the gentleman there I mentioned, you underestimate. Yeah, I know. I know. I just like I'm just trying to be comfortable in my skin. I just don't try to go beyond my capabilities, I guess, and stuff. Because I'm enjoying myself now that I'm retired and stuff like that, and I want that to last as long as it can. But Bill Elder's a great guy. He got me started, and I still do it to just be respectful towards him. He was down there on the Big X down in Macon, Georgia, on the radio dial there where Tony lives at, and he had fun. He wanted his story is when he was younger, when he was in grade school, he made a studio out of plywood down in his basement, and he would pretend to be a radio DJ. This is before the internet and everything like that, but he ended up. And he is a New Yorker. He got relocated. He relocated as when he was younger from Long. He lived out in Long Island, but he lives down there in Macon, Georgia. And like I said, go to his YouTube, Bill Elder. Just go into YouTube, search for Bill Elder, and you'll see who I'm talking about. The guy is a genuine gentleman, and I always speak highly of him. I would love to have met him. As far as that goes. But I got poking around. He's still around, but he's a lot older and stuff like that. So he hasn't been on the internet for years, which is sort of sad. I enjoyed his weekly YouTubes. This is back when everybody had to do that. You had to do your YouTubes for 10 minutes and stuff. But he would have the way he would get ready for a YouTube. His mail, he would use the back end of his envelopes as his notes for that particular show, because he would always have an envelope in his hand to go over what he was going to present in his YouTube. A great guy. So, but we'll be on the Mixcloud tomorrow, and it'll be posted up over there on my feeds there. As far as what I said in the beginning, and all the links to those feeds are down below in the show notes here for this broadcast. On Twitch, I don't think I put the show. Yeah, I think I do have the links reference on YouTube and on Rumble also. So of where I'm at. So check it out. And let's see, where are we at here? We're at 40 minutes, 45 minutes. Let's go ahead and do the history. What happened on this day in history? Who was that? Max Born. Who was Max Born? A German physicist and mathematician who was internationally or instrumental in the development of quantum mechanics. Oh, whoa! He's a very smart man. Quantum mechanics. Quantum mechanics is just way over my head. And he won the 1954 Nobel Prize in Physics for his statistical interpretation of the wave function, and was born on this day in 1882. Okay. The film Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, starring Spencer Tracy, Sidney Poitier, and Katharine Hepburn. Katharine Hepburn was married to Spencer Tracy. Three great actors right there. Those are giants. Okay, we got an ad break. Oh, we're in the ad break. We had another ad break already? Oh, okay, Helen. Once a month is your jukebox jury. Okay, I just saw that. As far as that, and yeah, I guess we are. We are. Okay, we'll stand by for the commercials here. We're in an ad break for a minute. But three great actors there. Spencer Tracy, Sidney Port. I love Sidney Portney. God, what's that? Oh, I got to look for it. This my mother loved it, one of his movies, and I got to mention it here because I mentioned him. He's a great actor. It's a 1960. I think it was 1960 or 63. Let's see. Let's check it out. Sidney Portner movies. Let's see. I'm probably not pronouncing his last name that good. Um, Guess Who Coming for Dinner was one of his big ones. Um, let's see. And Sidney Portnoy, he lived from 1927 to 2022. Um, God, what was his movie? What was it? He was in The Heat of the Night. God, what was that movie? Of course, To Sir with Love. That was a great movie as far as that goes. Lilies of the Field. There it is. That is by far one of that is that's just a good movie, hands down. That is my mother's one of my mother's favorite movies. Lilies of the Field, starring Sidney Portney, where he's just a handyman coming by. He gets sucked in by the nuns to build the church, the chapel. They build a chapel. Amen. 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 Remember that song? He did that in that. It's To Sir with Love. Yeah, that was one of them. But I'm talking about Lilies of the Field. Have you ever seen that movie, Helen? If you haven't, it's a classic Sydney movie. It just wells up my heart because my mother loved that movie. She loved that movie, and so I guess when I think of that, and I think I watched it here. Was it last year? Was the last time I watched it? So I found that you can find it on YouTube and stuff. It's a good movie. I think maybe it was Netflix. It was on there. Um, but uh, but the movie Guess Who's Coming to Dinner was released on this date in 1967, um, sparking conversation about racism within liberal households and stuff in America. So the 60s was a troubling time. It's a troubling time now worldwide, but back in the 60s here in the United States, it was pretty. Um, I guess I was a young kid, and I said, "Oh, I don't care. I'm just a kid." Oh, history just flying by, and I wasn't even paying attention. Let's see. Helen says my mom has been fighting internet streaming for ages. Been fighting internet streaming for ages. Been trying to talk her into Prime and Netflix. Oh, because there's never anything on. Yeah, it's how you look at it, I guess. I could say that about Netflix, but I always find something on Netflix. That's why I keep it. I decided to hook her up last week without asking her and told her look for something. She has no. She'll be curious now. I guarantee it. She'll be curious. Like, okay, what is this the hell is telling me about? So let me see. That's good, Helen. That's a good one. Thank you for sharing that. Um, let's see. She found the bishop's wife with Cary Grant and David Niven and oh, okay, there you go. That's all it took. Yeah, yeah. Um, that's another good movie there. The bishop's wife. Yeah. Today, on this day, Edward the Eighth abdicated British throne to marry, what's her name? Wally Simpson? Is that her name, Wally? Wallis Simpson, I guess it is. Um, and the throne so he could marry an American divorcee. Ooh, Willa, Willa, Walla, Willa. I can't pronounce her name. Ms. Warfield Simpson. His brother, Prince Albert, became King George VI. So that was just before World War II. So that was a change in the monarchy right there. Um, in 1816, Indiana became the 19th state as far as that goes. 1941, Germany and Italy declared war on the United States on this day, and the U.S. responded in kind, saying, "We're going to be fighting you also, so we're going to come over there and kick your asses." And that's exactly what we did. In 1972, Apollo 17's lunar module lander landed on the moon, and astronaut Eugene Cernan and Harrison Schmitt aboard. They became the last two men to date to step on the moon, onto the lunar surface. And I was when that mission was going on, I can always remember I was watching that in Brooklyn. I was visiting my grandparents during that time. Let's see. That's about it. All the rest of this is gobbledygook as far as I'm concerned. Oh, and let's see. 2022 NASA Orion capsule returned from the moon, parachuting into the Pacific off Mexico to coincide a dramatic 25-day flight. Yeah, the Orion, that was last year at this time. That was one of the biggest rockets to be launched, and that's going to be the vehicle that's going to take the United States back to the moon. And as far as one of them, if Elon doesn't get there first, as far as that goes. But the Orion capsule, it's on the, I forget what they call it's not the Saturn V. Orion space capsule. Let me see. Orion space. What do they travel? The big rocket. The Orion space capsule is just a capsule that's on top of the rocket, and that's built from Lockheed Martin is the company that builds that. Does the Orion capsule have a toilet? Let's see what that says. The seats inside the cruise module fold down and create a lot of room for 4 astronauts to live in up to 3 weeks. It even has a private toilet, a hygiene bay aboard about the size of one man, about one on a small passenger airplane. So they got a bathroom on board, as far as that goes. What's the rocket that carries? Rocket that carries. Oh, the Delta. It began launching aboard. No, that's not it. What rocket will carry the Orion? Let's see. NASA's new heavy lift rocket, the Space Launch System. I thought there was a special. Oh, the Artemis, which is also. I'm not sure who's the contractor in that. I do know the Orion spacecraft is a Lockheed Martin product. As far as that goes, there's a lot of things. Lockheed has got their hands in a lot of stuff, and they're a lot of great engineers in Lockheed right now. But it's the Artemis 1. It'd be the Artemis 2, but that's just the name of the aircraft. It's called the Space Launch System. It's a big ass rocket. That's all you gotta say. A BAR, big ass rocket. BAR. That's what it is. And Elon Musk starships. Well, they've launched 2. The second one actually separated the actual Starship from the first stage. There's supposed to be. I think it's going to be maybe end of January, February. Supposedly they're going to be up. They're getting real quick to do a third launch and stuff like that. So they're progressing. That's the largest rockets. Hashtag rich technical terms. Big ass rocket. BAR, that's what it is. Hashtag BAR on that one, Helen. I like that big ass. It's funny when it's well, I just remember in the game Doom, they had you know, you remember that was the first person shooter there that just started it all when the internet was just starting back in 1995. But Doom, everybody knows what the game Doom is. If you don't, look it up. They have these various weapons. You start off with a shotgun and all that stuff, but then you get to you say you're searching for the BAG, the big ass gun, because at first I say I don't know. I've been in the military. I don't know what a BAG. What the hell's a BAG? And there was somebody. I was playing Doom when I was over in Japan. That's when I first got on this internet. We weren't playing it online, but we could play it at the fire station. And I told the story about this because we had sort of a network there in the fire station. We had the first network, internal network, intranet, at Yokota Air Base and stuff because of our deputy fire chief at the time. He was very smart. A lot of the basic Windows knowledge that I learned was from him. And he's retired military now. He's down in Texas somewhere. But I was playing. I said, it said you got to look for the BAG, and they go, Sergeant Roberts. That stands for big ass gun. It's like, okay. Just somebody. I thought it was an actual legitimate gun at the time. So it just brings back memories. So we were back on the moon. The last time we were on the moon on this day. In 2012, and they returned from the moon parachuting into the Orion capsule parachuted into the Pacific after a 25-day test. It was unmanned. It was an unmanned test. The NASA Orion space capsule that was launched on top of that big ass rocket, the BAR. Because Elon's Starship, that's a BAR too. I mean, that's huge. The amount of rockets. The rocket that launched the Orion space capsule, you're only talking like 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe just 6 rockets, because there's some pods on the side there too. But the Starship, you got that first stage, there's a whole bunch of engines there. There's like 40 frickin' engines. And stuff. So there we have it. That's our history for the day. And let's see. The football. I know Helen doesn't want to hear about the football. We got to talk about the football, Helen. First of all, I just want to back up. If Ted's still there, what the hell is this NBA in-season tournament final? You got the Pacers and Lakers yesterday. Was the only basketball game for the whole weekend. Did they have sort of a mid-season? The Lakers beat the Pacers. That's how much out of touch I am with baseball or with basketball. The last scheduled games they played was Friday. Let's see, the Celtics beat the Knicks on Friday, 133 to 123, and the Nets beat the Wizards. Those are the 3 main teams I keep track of. The other teams I could care less about. Let's see, tonight. Let's see I do follow the 76ers. 76ers. They play the Wizards tonight. Let's see, any more interesting basketball games? The Nets play the Kings, and that's it. I guess the Knicks and Celtics have the day off today. Let's see, are they playing tomorrow? Yeah, Celtics are playing the Cavaliers tomorrow. The Knicks must be on a 2-day. They're not playing until Wednesday, maybe? Yeah, they don't play. They play the Jazz on Wednesday. Okay. They talked about football. Oh my God, football. Texans lost to the Jets 30, and the Jets played a good game. It's their best game the whole season. Everybody thought Houston was going to have easy pickings, but the Jets came through. As far as that goes, the Jets. Let's see, who picked who? it was Tony, Ted, CBS, and Brian. Well, of course, Brian's going to pick. That's his team, Houston. Picked Houston. Tim Fan, Michael Bathurst, and myself picked the Jets. And the Jets won. 30-6. That's monstrous. And I don't think it could have got done. The defense for the Jets was monstrous, I think. I was right in the first half. I'm thinking they have a chance of winning this, the way their defense. One of the stats on the Jets that I was really impressed with, I didn't know, they're like one of the top teams that keeps another team 3-and-out. And that's what they were doing to Houston. They were just saying 3-and-out, 3-and-out, 3-and-out. It was 0-0 after the first half, as far as that goes. What was the scores here? Yeah, it was 0-0 at the half. Then the Jets got 2 touchdowns in the third. The Houston Texans got a touchdown, but they couldn't get it done with the field goal. And then fourth quarter, the Jets just racked up 16 points. And that's all she wrote. They scored. Houston. They only scored 1 touchdown because they couldn't get the ball down the field because of the Jets' defense. So I'm thinking, whatever talk there is about that coach leaving, they need to keep him. Zach Wilson, he played a great job. I know there's some controversy. I think he's a good quarterback. I think he had a great game. The weather could have been a factor because Houston's used to playing in the dome, ideal conditions. Where I guess Zach he played in college out in the elements and stuff like that. So that could have been a factor because it was raining down there. The other game, the big game that the Bills and Chiefs. Oh my God. The Bills, they were winning it. They were winning it. And then they started that interception. I'm thinking, oh God, here we go again. But the Bills scored first right out of the gate there at the beginning when they got the ball in the first quarter. And then they scored another touchdown. Kansas City scored a touchdown beforehand off of an interception, I believe it was. And then they scored coming out in the third quarter. Bills can only get a field goal. And Kansas City came back with a touchdown, and then there was 2 field goals, and then the less than 2 minutes, it was set up to where Mahomes passed to Kelsey. Kelsey was getting tangled up, and he threw it over to this guy called, I think his name was Tony. He's a receiver. And I'm thinking, oh my God, the Bills just lost. I'm thinking, oh my God, that's the end of the season. Right after that, bring the ball back. We have a flag. Ooh, a flag. What's that on? I'm thinking it's going to be some rinky-dink flag and the touchdown's going to stand. And no, the receiver, he it's clear as day on the photograph. His foot's right there and he's leaning into it. I mean, if you're right there, being a professional football player, you're at a critical moment. You can't just look and see where the ball's at, and you can't line yourself. If he would have took a half step back, and that play Kansas City would have won. So it's on Kansas City with the penalty. I don't want to hear this crap in the news. Oh, they should have let it go. Mahomes says that they haven't let that penalty go. They said they've threw the flag for that penalty 11 times already this season. They have overlooked it in the past. Well, that's the past. We don't worry. I don't talk about the past. I could care less. It's what's happening right then and there. Right there. And I'm thinking, I'm going to take a break on that note. I got to refresh my coffee here. You guys talk among yourselves. I'll be right back in a couple minutes. off. We got our cup of coffee here. Refreshed cup of coffee. As far as that, oh, this is tasting good. I just forgot to turn the volume down on the radio. I didn't get any action on the radio. I'm loving this radio, this Baofeng. It's better than a regular scanner. I got to get an updated. That was one of the things I was looking. I was looking on Amazon. I got to get there's a certain brand antenna that goes about 15. It goes about this long. It's about 15 inches and stuff, and it gets better reception. So I leave that up there and turn the volume down. We don't need to hear what's going on in the county. What's going on with my glasses here? So we were talking about the Buffalo Bills winning against the Kansas City, and I to put it in context, if the Bills did not win this, and I said this, and I feel this way, they're now definitely in the hunt for a wild card. They're in the hunt. Where if they lost, they would be behind. There's so many teams that are right at 7-6 on that, and even in as a wild card. So they have to be right there with all these other teams. They have to win every week. And last night was a monstrous win for them. And who did they play? Oh, that's going to be a big game next week. It's in Buffalo. It's the Cowboys, which they won last night. The Cowboys, oh my God. I didn't realize until the announcers were saying that they do the West Coast offense, which I was surprised. It's like, oh, okay. And they said that's helped where Zach will go. He'll look at Dak. Will look at 1-2 receivers, and if he doesn't, he's out of the pocket to create some activity and then shoot. They won last night. They won. They beat the Eagles. The Eagles didn't look all that great. They looked. I think Michael Bathurst is right in saying that the Eagles are tired. They look tired. They just. Cowboys. I went to bed at the halftime. What was the score at the halftime? Halftime was 24-6, and I said no. The way that was playing, and let's see, the second half, Eagles only scored one touchdown after that. So the game was pretty much over with, in a sense, in the first half, basically. Cowboys, I don't know, where's that put them on the division now? Are they, oh, that'd be interesting. Let me check that out, the division for the Cowboys. Let's see. Standings. Let's see what the standings are. Are they in... Cowboys are in first in the division because of that win. Okay, they're 10-3, but they beat the Eagles. So wow, Eagles are first in the NFC East. That's a big deal right there for the Cowboys. For them to win the division, they get a home playoff game if they can maintain that. But we'll see what the Eagles do as far as that goes. The Cowboys, who do they have left to play? Of course, they're playing the Bills. That's going to be a big game for the Bills because hopefully they didn't get too racked out. Cowboys and Bills, and then the Cowboys play the Dolphins after that, the Lions, and then the Commanders. So the next two games for the Bills are going to be, or for the Cowboys. I'm really curious that Cowboys-Dolphins. That would be a good match. That's in Miami. But next weekend, Cowboys and the Buffalo Bills. The Dallas Cowboys and the Buffalo Bills, as far as that goes. So those were the two significant games that I ended up watching. I did watch. I was bopping back from the Jets game, and I thought I was going to go over to that game, and that was the game where. Hang on for a minute, folks. What was the game there? The Baltimore. Oh, I don't want that. No, I got to go back to the score results here. Let's see. Where's that game? Oh, the Ravens. They beat out the Rams. That was a close game. I went in between commercials on the Jet Texan game. Those are the two games I watched. I watched on the 1 o'clock time frame, primarily the Jets game, but I was keeping tabs on the Ravens because that's the team I picked was the Ravens. Bengals resurgence, I think too. I thought they were done, but I think Tony D and Michael Bathurst, they said that nope, they're gonna that new quarterback. We'll see. That's the second game. Let's see who do the Bengals play next week. Let's see. Bengals. They're going to be playing. They're playing the Vikings next week. Yeah, Vikings. The Vikings. They had a good game. They went down to where they wanted. They wanted against Las Vegas. They won it on a touchdown, or no, a field goal. Yeah, okay, no problem, Tim. I know you're busy working and stuff. I appreciate the time that you do spend here and stuff. I know you guys have to. Tony's in his meeting and all that. Thank you very much, though. It's good stuff, Tim. Thank you. No problem. And Tim, you did pretty good so far. I think at the 1 o'clock games, you and me were both 500. I think Tony was he was doing better though. Tony and CBS. Let's see. So the Vikings, yeah, they played Las Vegas and it went down to where they scored a field goal to win it. I mean, after the half, it went into the fourth quarter, 0-0. So the 4 o'clock game again was the Bills. I watched that with the Chiefs, and I watched the first half of the Eagles Cowboys, but it was all over. Okay, we're in an ad break right now, folks. So let's see, we got. Okay, we're in an ad break, so we're gonna hold tight here. Yeah, I did finally. Finally. Lots of Tim. He's a great guy. You finally did 500 there, Tim. When I was getting my coffee here, I talked to the missus. I guess we are going to go out for a walk, but we're not going to go out right away. She said she wants. What's that? Yeah, she has to start her cleaning. She's got this Monday routine. I just got to stay out of her way. That was one of the big things being retained. And I think have I been doing pretty good with that? I got to get some self-acclimation here. Have I been doing pretty good staying out of your way on a Monday? Huh? Until you try to help. Oh, until I try to help. I try and help move the chairs and stuff, and she says, "Get the frick out of my way." So it's more of an annoyance. Yep. Yeah. Okay. So I try not to. As far as that goes, I try and do it otherwise and stuff. Yeah, we're into a commercial. What commercial we got? The Saab? Okay. So we're in the extended hour as far as that goes here. And so football, let me see. What do we have overall? Let's see. After the 1 o'clock games, I was 4-4. Tony was 6-2. Ted was 2-6. You weren't doing that great, Tim. Brian was 2 and. How come Brian was? Oh, okay, 2-6. Brian was 3 wins, 5 losses. Tim was 4 wins, 4 losses. CBS was 5-3, and Michael was 4-4. I haven't added up the other ones because we got 2 Monday night games tonight. We got Tennessee at Miami. I picked Tennessee. I'm the only one that picked Tennessee. So I hope Tennessee kicks ass. I hope they kick ass tonight. Because Tony, Ted, Brian, Tim, Michael, and CBS all picked Miami. I think that's going to be an upset. I just hope it does. Green Bay and the New York Giants are the second Monday night game. I think that's going to be another one. Tim is on board with me with the Giants. And Tony, Ted, Brian, and Michael and CBS are taking Green Bay. That's down in the Meadowlands. I think if the Jets can win one, against the Houston, and they were favored. The Houston Rockets football, Rich. The Houston Texans, they were favored big time. They thought it was going to be an easy walk over the Jets, and it's not. So I think the same thing. Of course, the quarterback there the Giants have, he's going to probably get sacked 6 or 7 times. But the last 2 times the Giants have been out, they've won. So we'll have to see. That's what's interesting about football. You never, never know. Even though you think you know, you don't know. And it's and there was some good football. The Jets football play, outstanding. The Bills against Kansas City, Bills play very, very good to outstanding, except for that interception that Josh Allen has a habit of throwing. That throws the whole sink of that ball team out. As far as it's like, oh no, here we go again. And I think there was a fumble in there too, or something like that. They gotta keep those to where they don't give the other team any turnovers. And it just you look at the games that the Buffalo Bills have lost. For the most part, they lost it themselves because they turned the ball over, and I think that's one thing where if you have control, it's just like Kansas City. They could have won that game if the guy lined up right. He just didn't line up right. Oh, that's what I was going to look for. I wonder if there's a picture for that. Let me see. Let me bring up my. Let's see. I just want to see if there's a picture of that because I know there's going to be a lot of talking heads that bring up, oh, it's the refs. It's not the refs this time. I'm going to defend the refs this time. Let's see. Chiefs penalty. Let's see if that brings up anything. I'm going to see. Let's see if they have an image. I wonder if they have an image of him lining up. Do they have an image? I mean, the image they showed, this guy, Terrible Tony, penalty cost Chiefs. Yeah, because he didn't line up right. Let's see, do they show it? Let's see, Tony. How do you spell that? T-O... Let's see, Sports Illustrated, they have, I got ad blocker. Let's see, let's just do that for once. Let's see, ad blocker, where's my ad blocker? Chiefs run, oh, what the hell, come on. Oh, here we go, once. Okay. Chiefs run the best trick play of the season and blow it with a mind-boggling. It's not mind-boggling. It's a penalty. It's mind-boggling that the guy did not line up the way he did. Okay, so the Chiefs and Bills put together another instant classic on Sunday, and it almost ended with the wildest trick play in NFL season. It was fantastic. I'm thinking, oh my God, I can't believe that. Late in the fourth quarter, with the Bills lead 20-17, the Chiefs had the ball near midfield, needing a field goal to tie and a touchdown to win. Facing seconds and 10. Is Tina? Oh, Tina, I didn't see. Okay, Tina popped in here. Hey, Tina, good morning. I just saw that when Helen said good morning. Okay, I'm back. Are we still? Yeah, we're still talking a little bit about football because this is a big deal, Helen. Just so you know, from an American football perspective, there's going to be people that are going to be complaining that the refs shouldn't have called this penalty. I know it. I know it for a fact. And the thing is, when you got a picture of the guy actually doing the penalty, I don't want to hear it. Okay, so I'm sort of countering all those woes because the Chiefs, they're supposed to be the better team and all that. And the Buffalo Bills, they were able to hold their own and they did a mistake. Everybody's saying good morning to Tina. Good morning. Tina's our Jersey girl. Good to have you here, Tina. I know you have the morning coffee. I'm raising my coffee cup to you. Good morning. But facing seconds, Patrick Mahomes found tight end Tracy Kelce opened about 20 yards downfield. Kelce worked the space he had, but rather than going down with the ball, he pivoted and threw it in a backward pass across the field to wide receiver, this guy named, I can't pronounce his first name, Tony, who was streaking down the field uncovered. And he crossed the goal line, and the crowd at Arrowhead, they just erupted. You could probably, the noise they made at Arrowhead, you could probably hear miles down the road in Wichita, Kansas. But the play was called back, and for a moment it looked though the Chiefs had taken the lead, and with by far is the most exciting trick play of the season. And it did not happen. Unfortunately, Kansas City, the play would not stand, as the officials determined that Tony had lined up in the neutral zone and was flagged for offsides. There's a picture. You could see his foot right on the line. As far as, and you saw that, Tina. So I don't want to hear any argument. That's what I guess I'm getting. That's the point I'm getting to, Tina. I don't want to hear any argument or discussion about it. The game. They lost the game. It's no different than Josh Allen coughing up the ball in previous games they lost, and they lost it. Okay, it's the same thing. Streaking down the field, uncovered, tight ends working their space. There's a way too many double entities in these discussions. There's our Helen. Yep, that's for sure. If you don't understand football, but the Chiefs' drive would stall out from there, and the Bills would hold to win. It was a monstrous ending to a game, though. So I know there's going to be a lot of flack and talk about this. Oh, they don't need to have that. The penalty says there's a line. You have to be on this side of the line. How simple can you? It's that simple as far as it goes. And Tina says lots of hell. Sounds filthy. Yeah, it does when you. But if you were to see the picture, it coincides. Whoops, caps. Sounds. It does, but it's football. But it by far is just. If you saw the play, Helen, you would be amazed at because you very rarely see. And if the guy was just a half a step back, it would have been one of the greatest wins at the end of a game this season by far. Because and then Kelce Travis, he's
Travis Kelce?
Huh? Or Tracy Kelce, yeah.
Travis Kelce.
What's that?
Travis.
Yeah, Travis Kelce. I guess I get all mixed up. Travis Kelce, who's in a relationship there with who's that?
Tay.
Who's that? What's her name?
Tay. Taylor Swift.
Oh, Swift, yeah. Taylor Swift.
He's rich.
I don't know. I'm still working on my second cup of coffee as far as I just remember my name, so which is debatable sometimes. But so we're done with the football bit and stuff like that. That's but I want to look for that picture because I want to bring that up because I don't want to hear any argument that they should have let it go because they've never called in the past, which is a bunch of hogwash. Helen says lots of laugh at the missus in the background. Ta-ta. Yeah, yes. Yeah. You know us guys. We get excited about little things. Yeah, there we go. What happened here? It went. Is that time
I
out?
get tired of seeing you.
Probably. It time's out.
Mm-hmm. It's like, okay, time's out.
It doesn't. Yeah, that's the same amount of snow that fell the other day. Okay, it's getting daylight out there. We do have a dusting of snow. So, I don't know. Oh, I forgot to say what the weather was. What's the weather going to be here?
Wintry.
What's that?
Wintry.
Wintry, yeah, okay, wintry. What did I have? Okay. Oh, it's going to be overcast, a few flurries, snow showers possible. High 38 degrees. Sun rose this morning at 7:24 a.m. and sun will be setting at 4:35 p.m., which is real quick. Actually, the sun sets when it says 4:35. The sun will be down over here south of us. What's that? Southwest. Um, it'll be set at about 4 o'clock. It gets dark here at 4 o'clock. I'm starting to flip lights on at 4, as far as that goes.
Well, it just goes behind the hill, so.
Well,
Goes
yeah.
behind the hill, yeah.
But even with the hill, it just seems that's only about a 10-minute stretch from the horizon up to the top of the hill.
Yeah.
So I think these times are a little skewed for us as far as by at least 20 minutes. That's stuff that I've noticed over the
By
years.
January, it'll change.
Oh yeah. We
We'll have hope again.
what was it in December when we have right after December? I guess the winter. Winter begins the 21st, so that's the winter equinox. That's when we start getting more. I guess it's during that time. We lose time now, but we gain more time. I think it's we gain time up to summer, and then summer we get we get 12 hours, and it goes down to through summer into fall. So, but yeah, we look like temperatures. We're not going to have the rain that we had yesterday and stuff. Let's see the 10-day forecast. What's the 10-day forecast? Yeah, no real rain on the horizon here for the next 10 days. And actually, let's see, 43 degrees tomorrow. It's going to be 36 Wednesday, 38, 51 on Friday, 46 on Saturday, 47. We're in the 40s starting Friday going into the next week. Wow. I like that. I like that at all. And Tina says down there in Jersey where she's at, and it's raining, 39 degrees, 47 for the high. That's not bad for today. So you got the same type. Well, we had a little dusting of snow, Tina. I'm looking out. There's probably just a little under. It's probably a quarter to a half inch, if that. But when we see that type of snow up in the mountains, they got at least an inch in the higher elevations and stuff like that. So.
They got slammed in the mountains, off to the east.
Oh yeah, out in the Catskills and the Adirondacks. That's right. Yeah, that's right. Because I did post something on Twitter. They got let's see what they said on Twitter. Our local weather guy. Okay, in Edinburgh, Scotland. Oh, Helen gave me 5 degrees Celsius in Edinburgh, which is 41 degrees Fahrenheit there. We just backtracking on the weather here. But I posted up a couple, our local weather guy from the local Fox channel, Mark Torello. He gave a graphic there. It was in the 50s most of the day, and then after 5 it was 45 with rain. But then he had a second graphic that showed that we should have gotten about 2 inches, but I think we're outside that. To the west or to the east of us in the Catskills and Adirondacks, that's east, that's west for us. So to the east, especially up in the Catskill Adirondack area, they got like 4 to 8 inches, so they got slammed. What's that? Yeah. So, but we're not going to be getting any we may not have white Christmas now. Depend. You know, the 10-day is showing that it's going to be fairly nice. So we'll have to see, because that takes us to Wednesday the 20th. Tina says, Helen, I added together 5 plus 5, then added 32. Okay, that's last night the wind blew our Christmas decoration. Oh, you had a lot of wind. Okay, yeah. They were talking about the wind. Let's see, 5 plus 5, 10. Oh, is that how you do it for the... Oh, is that how you do the calculation from Celsius to Fahrenheit? 5 plus 5, and then add 32. Okay. I guess I just plug it into Google, Tina. That's pretty simple. 5 plus 5, then add 32. to Celsius. Okay, that makes sense. I'll have to remember that. 5 plus 5, then add 32. Okay. It's about right. It's yeah. I see. It gets you within a degree there and stuff like that. Well, that's cool. That's see, I learned things on this broadcast from you all. And for the people, see, this is sort of educational for those people watching on the replay and stuff in a comical way. I'm learning even as I get older, and which is which is neat. Let's see what else we talk about. We've been on what, an hour and a half. Oh, let's see what else. It's just let's see what we got in the local news here. I talked about it. I broadcast this past weekend. I did Guild Wars 2. I had a great gaming session Saturday. Guild Wars 2, it's a free version. It's posted here on Twitch. I posted it over there on Rumble and YouTube. I had fun. That game is sucking me in big time. I thought I was going to play Lord of the Rings because Lord of the Rings, since last week, last Thursday, the 7th, they've opened up on the Lord of the Rings game platform the Yule Festival, and I will be bringing it. I may sneak on there this afternoon. It's a festival. It's one of the festivals I like taking part. It's Christmassy. They have all these little challenges and stuff, and it's fun. You get to throw a snowball. You get to make a snowman. You get to bake stuff. You bring the beer. You got to replace the beer keg, and you get Yuletime coin. And it's the one festival I like playing over and over and over again because it's fun. It gets me into the Christmas. It's sort of a Christmas tradition, I guess, I have online as far as playing that particular festival. The other festivals are okay. They have challenges, but the Yuletime, it's been there since day one, and I love playing it. It's always fun. There's a challenge in there where you get on the theater and stuff. I'm going to try and do it because I'm scared of doing that one because I'm not sure what I have to do on most, but all the other ones are pretty repetitive and stuff. I even had a checklist here. Okay, you got to do this, so I'm doing it. And I could do them all in like less than an hour or something like that. I got to the point, but they're fun. It's fun. That the Lord of the Rings Online Yule Festival. Lord of the Rings is a free download. I don't work for Lord of the Rings. Even Guild Wars, I don't work for Guild Wars, but that's a free download. That you got to have that's a pretty intense game, the graphic wise. And if you watch the previous video I posted up of me playing it for 2 hours, you'll see what I'm talking about graphic wise. The graphics in Lord of the Rings are very outstanding too. They're as equal to Guild Wars. I think Guild Wars is just a little bit more sharper and stuff. Guild Wars 2. I played the original Guild Wars years back. That's before I played Lord of the Rings, and I played Lord of the Rings. Guild Wars 2, you just had to have a very powerful computer, and I have a pretty decent one now. I could play it on my old boxes, but back in the day, it was just you needed at least 16 gig of RAM as far as that goes. Let's see, WNBF. Let's see what we got there. Yeah, there we go. There's my news channel. Let's see what we have in the news here. This is the local news from News Radio 1290 WNBF. You can listen to them online. This is they have a good channel here. Stay safe. No Walmart's emergency codes. What's emergency codes? That's got me curious. We've got a couple Walmarts in the area. This is posted about an hour ago. Let's see what they have to say about this. If you hear code brown, blue, or green at Walmart in New York, leave immediately. Ooh, okay. Have you ever been shopping at a Walmart and you hear the announcement being made over the intercom? Yeah, I have. Of course, we all have. But those same announcements could potentially save your life. Yes, it's true. It turns out Walmart has secret codes that they use to communicate different situations to its employees. Most codes are harmless, but there are a few even shoppers should know, especially when it comes to situations like an active shooters, and that could happen. The importance of listening to Walmart intercom announcements. If you haven't been paying attention to the in-store intercom announcements before, now is a good time to start. According to this is coming from Yahoo News, I guess. Become familiar with and react to the secret codes could potentially save your lives. The different types of Walmart codes. Walmart stores in New York State use many different codes to alert staff to different situations. Some of the codes are colors, numbers, letters, or word codes. Most of the codes are meant for employees, but there are some color codes you need to know and listen for. This is getting interesting. Critical Walmart color codes to be aware of. So Helen, if you come to the United States and you go to a Walmart, make sure you're aware of these color codes, okay? This is interesting because when I worked for B&Q 20 years ago, they did. Okay, so this isn't nothing new, but this is, I guess, in light of where we're at as a society with these shootings, because the Buffalo, they had a shooting up at a grocery store in Buffalo a year or so ago. That shooting, that grocery store, my daughter lives up in Buffalo. She goes shopping at that, so I was really a little nervous about that situation. Code white means there has been an accident or injury inside the store. Code red means there is a fire, and the number after the code red lets employees know what aisle the fire is located on. Okay, that's red, fire, okay. Code orange means there's chemical spill either inside or outside the store that requires help from employees. Code black means there's bad weather in the area. Walmart codes for immediate evacuation. Code brown is the really important one. Code brown, if you hear code brown on the intercom at Walmart, get out of the store as fast as you can because there is an active shooter inside the store. Other Walmart codes to watch out for. Code green means that there is an active hostage situation in the store. If you can, call 911 and get, well, if there's a code brown, as I'm going out, I'm calling my phone saying, hey, Walmart just had a code brown. Code brown, is that because you're going to You said it, Helen, I didn't. I was thinking it. Crap, yeah. That's what I was saying, because my daughter works at Lowe's. They're trained for customers. Yeah. They're, as far as how to deal with that situation, Helen, is funny. Yes. An active shooter is, putting that laughter aside, an active shooter situation is not. This is a serious thing. Okay, we joke about it, but I know we're taking it serious. Okay, I guess that's what I want to say. But the code brown, yeah, it is. But if I heard code brown and I didn't read this article, I said, what? I would say, what? Okay, somebody took a dump where they weren't supposed to, along the lines. See, I'm glad someone. I thought so too, Helen. Come on, give me some credit, please. I try. Let's see. So code green means there's an active hostage shoot. So code brown, code green. I'm running out of the Walmart, but I'm dialing 911 and say, hey, get your asses here quick. Okay? That's part of the responsibility of people evacuating, is if they can. But the priority is get out of the building. Code blue means there's possible bomb threat. Okay, code blue is for the bomb threat. And if you hear that, get out of the store right away. And Helen, I'm sorry, I do make jokes when things are no, that's fine. I know where you're coming from, Helen. That's all that matters, okay? It's it. What's that? Yeah, the missus is with you too. She'd be. That was a missus. That's another thing. Is like cold brown. The shit's hitting the fan. She said. Um, it's a coping mechanism. Yes, exactly, Helen. Yes, it is. Gallows humors. Yeah. And Tina goes, lots of laughs. About a week ago, Tina had a code brown at Lowe's. An old woman. Oh, okay, that's a code brown at Lowe's. Yeah, that's what we're referring to. Walmart's a different story in New York. Now, this is just for New York State. I don't know. Different state Walmarts and stuff. My daughter was ready to die. I imagine so. Um, that's why they need it. As soon as you walk into the store, I'm an older person, so the first thing I'm looking to, okay, where's the bath? Okay, there's the bathroom. I'm showing my age when I talk about bathrooms locations, right? um, let's see. So Code Blow is a bomb. Let's see. It's not likely that any of these codes will ever need to be used, but it's a good idea in the unlikely event that they do. And one of the other things is when you see the people that work in those stores, because they all carry. I know at Walmart they're all carrying now. They're in the aisles and they're checking things. I mean, even Lowe's there, Tina. You mentioned Lowe's. I've gone into Lowe's and I asked, hey, I need to find this, and they go to their phone. Oh, it's on aisle such and such. What were you looking for? And they'd give me the price there before even looking at the thing. So they use these as a work tool in Lowe's, Walmart. But if you see them, and they might have got a message over their phone, and they're nonverbal. If they look like they're anxious, like something, you got several people who work there. They're all looking at the same. It's like, okay, what's going on over there? There's other tall tale signs. But that speaker there, Helen says, lots of laughs. She's my kind spirit. Oh, on the missus. It's like, okay, we got an ad break here, and we're in the ad break. So that's at Walmart. Wow, that's interesting. Very, very interesting. Let's see. Oh, there's Jack. Oh, the chat's coming up. I see Tina. Okay, that's interesting. I see all Tina's chats, but I don't see Helen's. Do you see that? See what I'm looking at, Helen? This chat right here behind Jack? That's on this okay, now we're in the commercial, so I can talk. But right here, all that chat there is all Tina's, but it doesn't have yours. This is a third-party app. It says, last night, wind blew. How come yours isn't coming up? I don't understand that. That's odd. That is very, very odd. Okay, we're going to get rid of that. There we go. We're in the commercials now. No, you do exist, Helen. Don't don't think that way. No. It's just that's a third-party app that I have on the Roku. And I guess because maybe she came in later, but your chat, Tim Fan's chat, Thammer, who else was here? Tony D. And Ted, they're not. I don't see that chat up there. All I see is Tina's name. So you do exist. Helen exists. There's sometimes I wonder if I exist, but we're in a commercial break right now. So that's very interesting about the Walmart color codes. I didn't know that. That's here in New York State. So that's a very interesting article because we have a Walmart that we go to down in Painted Post, which is right outside Elmira to the east of us, and to the west, and to the east, there's the Walmart. It's up on in Vestal, New York. Or no, the Walmart is down in Sayre, Pennsylvania, which is about 15 minutes from here. That's the closest Walmart we have. It's down in Sayre, Pennsylvania. And that's where I go that's where we go to see the doctor, that Robert Packard. That's a great medical facility out in the middle of nowhere. Sayre's a nice little community. But there is one all the way out now in Painted Post. We got one in Painted Post. There's one in Sayre. Let's see, Painted Post is about 30 minutes away. That's the same as the one up in Vestal. What's that? Did you say something?
Face last
Oh, it's not painted post.
No, that's big flats.
Oh, big flats. Okay, big flats. Yeah, painted post and big flats. It's in the Elmira area. That's the
I don't
sit.
get anywhere.
What's that?
I don't know how we get anywhere.
Yeah, she doesn't know how I get anywhere. I use Google. Are we back now? I think we're back. How we doing, Jack? You doing okay? Huh? Okay, he's in a good mood. He's letting me pet him. Okay, good boy. So that is very interesting about the Walmart color code. So let's see, 8 most stolen items from Walmart store. Okay, here we go. Let's look at this, because there's a lot of shoplifting in these stores. Let's face it, right? There's a lot of. Let me see. I want to do something. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Here is a look at the 8 most stolen items in the Walmart store. Let's see. High value food items. Certain food items, particularly those with a high resale value on long shelf life, may be a target. We got razor blades. Razor blades are okay. That was number 8. Number 7 is razor blades, which can be expensive, are sometimes targeted by shoplifters. Baby formula, I can see that. Baby formula, because the guys that do the drugs, they always cut their stuff in the baby formula, I guess. Given its high cost, baby formula is sometimes targeted. Over-the-counter medication, well, they're locking a lot of that up. Okay, health and wellness products, especially those that are expensive, that's being locked up mostly. Alcohol, I don't know. That'd be a little hard, you know. I thought it was like little items. It's.
People stuff a big fat hand in their coat.
Oh, really? Maybe an expensive bottle of wine and stuff like that. See, that's number 4. Number 3, clothing and accessories. Yeah, I could see that. They're going into the dressing room with a whole bunch they put stuff underneath your clothes. Number 2 is cosmetics and beauty products. Yeah, they're small items. Items like makeup, skin products, and perfumes. They're expensive.
They do that for thrill.
Oh, they do that for what?
A lot of people do that for the thrill of it.
Oh, for the thrill of it. Okay. And then the number 1 is electronics. Small, high-value items like headphones, mobile phones, which are locked up now, and gaming accessories are often targets.
And they put them on eBay.
Yeah, that's what I think. That's the gist too. They go ahead and steal them and they put them on eBay to get a better price on it. She's already starting her dusting. She's in the kitchen now. She was in the living room. It's just like she's making the rounds here. We're going to be on for at least another 10 minutes. I'm going to go to 2 hours here and stuff. Let's see. What else do we have in the news? That one article about Walmart, that was an interesting article and stuff. So, oh, you know what? Monday is usually, hang on. I started this last week and I've just thought about that. We don't need another article. Monday is let's look at the penny saver. What's in the ads? Okay, let's see. We have Grand Union. That's one ad. And let's see, what's this ad? Tops. You got the Price Shopper one already? Where's Price Shopper? Wasn't there a Price Shopper? I guess not. Here's the one I like. This is the ad in the penny saver I like. I like this one. This is the value store. Let's check it. This paper right here, for those people watching on the replay here on Twitch, as well as Rumble and YouTube, this is called the penny saver, and there's the paper and there's ads. And this paper right here, $49.20. That's our picture for the broadcast. I use because this is a paper. How many of you read an actual paper newspaper? This is one we get every weekend. The missus went out yesterday in the rain. She drove her car out to pick up the penny saver. She likes getting the penny saver for the ad. This is the one ad I like. The Value. It's called the Value Home Center. It's a hardware store. Let's see what they have here. Let's see. They have. They've got those 18-gallon holiday totes on for $5.99. Let's see. Let's go to the comments. Some supermarkets have started to put security tags on meat and butter. Really? They always had it on booze, but I mean meat and butter. Exactly, Helen. Cost of living is out of control. I do read those local ones. Yeah, this is the Penny Saver. It's a local newspaper. Oh, here's something. A 3-foot LED shop light for $12. That's not bad. And you got the smoke detector. That's a pretty 2-pack smoke detector for $39.90. That's not a bad buy. Built-in 10-year battery. And then we have some sales on some Stanley, DeWitt, and Stanley products. Let's see, what do we got in here? We can get a ceiling fan. Oh no, this is, what is this? You can get a Stanley hammer, 16-ounce fiberglass hammer for $7.99. I already have a couple hammers. I'm just looking at what really interests me. Here's something that interests. A 2,000 lumen LED work lamp for $17.99. And let's see, you got a lot of plastic stuff. Lumen LED lights. We got those lights already. We get those at Harbor Freight. Harbor Freight's another place I go to. So on the back you got Black & Decker tools. You have what's this, Genesis tool? 15 to 20. Oh, that's a new name. DeWitt. I've heard of DeWitt. They're pretty good. What's that? Oh, okay. So there we have that. Let's go over the penny saver real quick. Let's see what's in the. Okay, of course. Last week was. What do we got? 3 inserts? No, 2. Last week was Pearl Harbor Day. So the top article right here is Pearl Harbor Remembrance. Okay. And then, let's see, a Weagle Penny Saver to present free Christmas movie at Tioga Theater. Ooh, what are they playing? 2 movies right here. The Tioga, that's here in Owego, the Tioga movie theater for this one. And then Reefs Across America, I've heard that. The Reefs Across America underway. This year, Reefs Across America and Reefs Across Tioga County. Across Tioga County efforts is underway with the national organization delivering of reefs arriving soon to individuals and groups located, ensuring placement of a reef on a veteran's grave in time for Christmas. And that's their whole prime objective. It's a national organization. They call it Reefs Across America. And they make sure there's a reef. My younger brother, he's in the a national cemetery down in Orange County, New York, where he lies to rest. He is a Marine. There will be a reef on his headstone, as far as that goes. And he's there with a whole bunch of other Marines and other service people. It's down there, just outside Goshen, New York, is where his final resting place is. It's for veterans, military folks, and stuff like that reside in that county. They have a national cemetery there. Oh, I know her. The person that insures, she's in charge of that. Okay, we have a lot of ads. That's what pays for the newspaper, okay? The ads that are in the paper. We have Miller, Honda, Jeff Kyles, the car dealerships. Just keeping tabs on the articles here. The big thing, let's see, it shows what's happening. I already said that, what's happening in the county. The big is oh, there's our ad right there. That's Mario's Pizza. Mario's Pizza. Mario's Pizzeria. They're closed Sundays and Mondays. That's the Italian thing they do. They're closed on Mondays. Here we go, readers column. Let me skim through the readers columns. Of course, they're going to have going back and forth on the political side and stuff like that. Says this one says, I get a kick out of you people that keep bashing. Oh, that's bashing Joe Biden and the Democrats, and you overlook the fact that the Republican Party is lawless. I disagree with that. This is a disgruntled Democrat, I guess, right out of the gate, the first sentence. Let's see. I'm sick and tired of hearing about Benedict Donald Trump. I wish he just be half the man Richard Nixon was and just resign and oh, there's another Trump hater. And this other one, I don't recall seeing Donald Trump at Rosalind Carter's funeral. I don't think he was invited. I think he was told to stay away. If he was asked, I'm sure he would be there. So, some brainwashed Democrat just wrote that gas prices are down 60. And gas prices are down, but down 60 cents over the last 6 months. So, that's only $1.75 more than they were under Donald Trump. You take math in school. So what if it's down a little? It's still almost double to what it is. Okay, yeah, it is. They're making a big deal about the gas being down. It is down. I think the local gas station here, it's anywhere from $3.11 to $3.39, which is down considerably. It's still double than when it was before President Trump took office. What's that? 8 years ago? So this bit about the gas prices are down. They're still high. It's when gas prices get down under 250, then we can say yeah, we're back to normal. Let's see. Yeah, it's a lot of Biden and Trump bashing in here. I don't read it that much. Let's see what's happening. Let's see. Anything of interest? Let's see, Robert Fetcher left. Okay, we're just skimming through this. Let's see, Tina says, doesn't it always go down? Yeah, but I've noticed it's gone down. It's significantly more this time of year, Tina. And you got to look at it. What are we in? We're 1 year out from a presidential election. Okay? Nobody's talking about that. I was surprised that it came down. It's like, the gas price is what? $3.11? Holy crap. That's because we've been paying close to $4 a gallon here for the last couple of years. Of course, that's going to seem like significant, but in realistic, that's more than, it's still, gas prices can still come down another $1. Then I'll say, yeah, we're doing good. But they're just going to come down, was it 60 cents just to go back up 60 cents? So they're talking more of, let's see, the Guthrie is the hospital in Sayre, Pennsylvania. Their turkey trot raised over $65,000. Guthrie extends a huge thanks to the community and their sponsors for the record-breaking Guthrie Sayre turkey trot this past Thanksgiving. Nearly 1,100 runners and several sponsors raised more than $65,000 with net proceeds to benefit the Guthrie Cancer Care Fund. Congratulations. And thank you for those that took part. Let's see, we got more advertisements and articles. Again, more advertisements. Just probably more than 65-70% of this paper is advertisements, but let's see. Again, we're on the second page here. What are we at time? Oh, we're coming up on 2 hours. Okay, so this will take us to 2 hours. We've got the Christmas ads. Veterans, military, active guard reserve, and military connected family. Grocery giveaway. Where's this at? This is up in Newark Valley. This is brought to you by the Tauga Country Veterans Doer Peer Support Program and Owego Elks Lodge. Okay. Give a little back to the veterans. There is a lot of veterans in this county, too. We got the car collector. Ooh, he's got big full page. And let's see, we got the critical incident therapy dog lost. Oh, he lost a battle in the Owego Police Department report that K9 Max, the department's critical incident therapy dog, lost his battle with cancer last Wednesday. Oh God, cute dog, right there. Students spread holiday cheer. Of course, the students they're helping the people that don't. And Spencer's Market, that's here in Owego. Yeah, I think they're in Owego. They're up on the north side. Sally's Country Kitchen has an Our Country Hearts. Window decorations. And Tioga Ridge Runners spread holiday cheer, giving back to the community during the holidays. Season has an annual endeavor for the Tioga Ridge Runner. Oh, that's a snowmobile club. The club representatives presented a check in the amount of $1,450 to the coordinator of Toys for Tots in Tioga County last week. This is a weekly paper, so it's going to be most of the news from last week. So Lights on the River brings a bit of magic. This is the Lights of the River on the bridge there here in Owego, New York. The Court Street Bridge, they got all these pictures of what happened. Let's see, this year's Lights on the River Festival held December 1st. Downtown Owego provided a great time for many guests. I've yet to attend there. This is the area where the Court Street Bridge comes in from across the Susquehanna. Okay, have a great day, folks. Okay, Helen, I have reached my destination, so I need to bounce. Okay, Helen, thank you. And Tina saying goodbye. And we're about wrapped up with the Penny Saver here. Okay, Monday is going to be Penny Saver Day. I got to remember that. Okay, I think that's a good way to end the broadcast as far as that goes. What's this? Energy Saver. Oh, we don't want that. We don't need that. Got that. What's this? Background activity of some visual. Okay, I got that. I'm going to turn that off. Let's turn that off. We don't need that. Oh, I got a low battery. Ooh, I forgot to plug that in. Let me plug these in so they get recharged, and then we're going to go ahead and exit stage left here. Ooh, that was getting low there. We wouldn't have any, if I didn't plug in the plug, we wouldn't have any outro music. But we are at 2 hours, and Helen's, she's at her destination, and I'm not sure who we have. Tina's still here. She's hanging out with us. Where's Helen? Where's Hal going to be at today? Is he over on TikTok or Instagram today? I think Fridays for the screaming show there. He does. I think he does the Twitch here. So, but anyway, thank you, and ciao to you. Oh, there's a squirrel. Squirrel. Thank you, Tina. Thank you, Helen, for being here both. You both have a great day also. You didn't see him? Okay. Yeah, I see a squirrel. I get sidetracked very easily. Okay, but thank you, Helen, and thank you, Tina. Thank you, Ted Hicks, the real Ted Hicks. If you're still hanging there, thank you very much for listening in the background. Thank you, Tony D, for being here as well. Thank you, Tim Fanforty, our resident contractor from Michigan. Thank you, Thamer, coming in from the Riyadh, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Greatly appreciate that. Those are the people that were in the chat here. For those folks watching on the replay, I want to say thank you if you're watching this on the replay here on Twitch. Also over there on Rumble and YouTube, where I repurpose my coffee broadcasts here, where I do it Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. But you can find me at Fireman Rich over there on Truth Social, Instagram, Threads, X/Twitter, and Blue Sky. I'm also over on the Real Fireman Rich over on Facebook. Yeah, Tony, Bazanga. Tony coming in with the Bazanga. So he was still hanging out, and he's saying, see you later, Tony, or Tina, and Tina's doing the same. So you all have a great one. Again, thank you all in the chat, and thank you also for the replay views here on this broadcast. But this is Rich Roberts wishing you all well wherever you are on this big blue marble, And have a great Monday as we start the week and we're working towards the weekend. Live life, have fun. Ciao for now. As always, peace. Take care, folks.